Angel here with another message for the collective. Oh my goodness, I do not know who you are, but you are powerful. The amount of obstacles, even just now, I started this recording and once again it was muted. It has been a number of supernatural occurrences that have taken place in the past 2 weeks to keep me from posting. It is serious right now. So, whoever you are here, sending lots of light and love to you. You are definitely going through it the way I have been going through it, just to let you know that you are blessed, you are comforted, and you are cared for and you are protected. So no matter what weapons have been formed against you, they will not prosper. I am here to let you know. So I have another divine message. This is a message of a twin flame. Divine soulmate union. And I know you may think, how can all these messages be? That is what I channel. I am a Libra. I just had a birthday on Sunday, and we are the sign of love. And I've channeled love my entire life. I've seen lots of things and helped people who have somewhat given up. I helped them to see that love was coming through my readings, through my visions, and it has been quite the journey. So I'm here once again because I want to share, and I thank you, my new subscribers. You make me feel so loved. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I thanked you in the last video, but I'm thanking you again. And if you are considering subscribing, if what I am saying is speaking to you, if it chimes in with your alignment and where you are in this universe, on this planet, I am here to tell you, you are not alone, Earth Angel. I am here with you. And your ancestors, your guardian angels, your guides have been speaking to me, and they are right now speaking through me. And I have some messages of abundance that I would like to start with. And the first message: every day I align more with the energy of wealth. So every day you are aligning more and more with the energy of wealth, not just wealth itself, but its actual energy. Money comes to you easily and frequently. Now, I love this one because who doesn't want money to come to them not only easily, but frequently? Okay, that is beautiful. I am endlessly grateful for the wealth I have now, no matter what its size. So we are wealthy in so many different things. You may just have a wealth of gifts and talents right now that you are scraping and working and thriving to get together so that you can have that financial wealth that you know you so desire. It is coming. It is coming, my friend. So, the couple that I see and have channeled for today's reading would be a king of clubs. And just so you know, these messages are timeless. So, no matter when you see or listen to this message, it will definitely be a timeless love message. And then I have the Queen of Clubs. Now, this is such a beautiful union, and these cards are absolutely gorgeous. There's another little peek there of the Queen of Clubs, and here is my King of Clubs. Now, both the male and female in this suit, they have a very good business mindset. They, if you watched my previous video, they somewhat were born with the gift of making money, with the gift of being a business minded individual. Meaning they could have been young and started a lemonade stand. They could have already started selling candy on their own, doing chores around the house for money, perhaps even developing and starting their own business. Sky's the limit. But they started this at a young age. They are very good with money, and they are a very balanced individual when it comes to their relationships and earning said money. Meaning they don't put business before their family. And if they have to, They definitely make it up. They come back with a, well, this weekend I may have to do this, but next weekend we're going to do this. And it's not an ongoing promise, promise, promise that's never met or never kept. No, they definitely have a very good balance with love, relationship, and being extremely successful. So to see these two together, I do not know who you are, but I can say I salute you because you guys have found a balance that many of us strive for, a very good balance, and you guys have found each other, which is a beautiful thing. I would also like to share some messages that came from Divine. This commitment here, it's the commitment card. My thoughts, action, words, and deeds support my commitment. So, right now, you are being urged to make sure that the commitment that you have towards your partner, towards your ventures, whether they be business ventures or investment ventures, that you're committed to them and you want to go ahead and see them all the way through. Also, patience. You are being called to show patience. It takes time for miracles to happen, and I am okay with it. The angels remind you that in order to succeed, you must learn how to control your impatience and wait until the right outcome you deserve comes along. So don't jump for anything. If you're changing careers or you're looking for a job or you're in a situation and you feel like it might just be a situationship, accept it for what it is and know that better is coming along. And the same with your job, and investment. If you're looking to put forth money into an investment, maybe you and your partner are looking for a home and you just feel in your gut that something better is coming. Here's your confirmation, there is better coming. Self relief, or excuse me, self belief. And that came out first. So I'm being urged to tell someone to just go ahead and feel the relief in knowing that your intuition is your guide and it is guiding you, and everything is happening for a reason, and divine timing is definitely at play here. So, self belief. I am brave and I choose to be the architect of my life. The angels ask you to claim your power. This will lead you to fulfill your dreams and create the life, relationships, and abundance that you deserve and long for. When you self when your self belief is strong and your faith in your abilities is high, you easily hear and follow your intuition. And that's what I just said. You're being urged to listen to your intuition and to not just listen, but also let it be your guide. Follow it. I have a message that I wanted to share. For the Spirit of God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self discipline. And this is 2 Timothy 1st 7. So it goes right along with what I was saying with your self belief. There is a power inside of you and a power that this couple will have. I don't know who you are, but like I said, there was a lot that I went through to get this message out, so much so it almost caused me to forget all of the signs and synchronicities that I had a chance to see this week. So, Monday through Wednesday, here where I am, there was extreme weather confusion. And I'll say that because the forecast had it as raining, but it didn't rain. Instead, it was just really cloudy. But at some point, about midday, somewhere in the early to late afternoon, came, sorry, the sun. And the sun came out and chased away all, if not most, of the clouds. So there all of a sudden was this clear sky, higher temperatures, and absolute beautiful weather. And that happened from Monday until Wednesday. by Wednesday, late, right around 11 p.m. ish, it broke, and it broke hard. So Monday is a Legua's day or Legba's day, which is a trickster. You know, he represents the crossroads, he represents the trickster. So all of these observations take place on my way in. So, or my way on the road. So I did notice there, was a lot of, trickery happening. He also is represented by the crow. I kept seeing a lot of crows. And I mentioned in my last reading how these crows were perched. So we're at a point where this is my group of people once again. You guys are together. You've made it through the storm. And when the storm ended, or excuse me, began, when the weather finally broke and there was no more trickster play, we had Oya's day, which is Wednesday, and she is the goddess or spirit, take it how it applies, of judgment. And so here we have this judgment, and the judgment was a cleansing as it brought in Oshun's day, Thursday. So here we have Oshun's day. She represents love. And on this day of love, there was heavy rain, so heavy, I was afraid driving. And I grew up here in Cali, and we rain pretty hard, like sheets of rain sometimes where I am. We used to flood a lot when I was younger, and I'm pretty equipped driving in the rain, but I was petrified. I felt like a lack of control. I felt like no matter how I tried, I could not get the control that I wanted to feel safe with my vehicle. So that to me is significant, especially because, again, this was the goddess of love's day. So I feel like in this relationship, although you guys are equally yoked, although you guys are very good as far as a mate and a match is concerned, there has been some confusion as to if you wanted to stay and make this relationship work. And during this confusion, there has been a lot of trickery, a lot of, I think this is it. I think you're the one. I think this is what I want. But then you're almost feeling like your emotions are playing tricks on you. Well, you got through that, and there was a release. You released and you cried, you cleansed, you emerged yourself in this new transformed you, and you are ready now to step into a new relationship. The fear is now gone, or it is shrinking. It is evaporating almost, right? It has now subsided, and there is this courage, and there is a belief, not just a self belief, but there is a belief, each partner believing in themselves and the blessing that comes with this union. So on Thursday, we had a field trip. And I wanted to talk about the field trip because I work with a special group of kids. And for this field trip, it was a lot. And it was also a lot for me. I am an empath. So being in very large crowds can be very, very challenging for me, very difficult. I have to do a lot of preparing, and considering the fact that I drove into work really petrified, scared even. I prayed, I have a lot of faith. So it was just this energy that took over me that just made me feel not the way I normally feel when I drive in rain. I felt on edge. I felt extremely uneasy about my trip. So it kind of mirrored what my kids were feeling at this place, and even what I was feeling, because here I am, their guide, and I have, my anxieties when it comes to being in social settings. Previously, I was diagnosed with social anxiety. Now I understand that I'm just an empath, and so I can feel a lot of stuff. I can feel things that most people cannot feel, and so it makes places loud, not just with the voices of people's voices, but the things that come from inside of them, the energy that they carry, the things that are in their heads that maybe, we use this in my family a lot. We say you think too loud. For us empaths in the family, we have some people that think really loudly, so you can pick up on their thoughts instantly because they have very loud thoughts. And if you are an empath and you've experienced that, that's just, a term that we use in our family. So this was going to be a challenge, but I feel like I've definitely overcame it. I feel like my students, for the most part, overcame it, and it was just a beautiful experience. So I'm here to say that I feel that that's been the journey in this relationship, where you guys felt like you could not overcome these things. You couldn't overcome these turbulences, these trials, these issues that just kept popping up. And what I say is, I feel like there's so much power with this couple. You were almost under an attack, because I feel like that's what I was experiencing. And even though I'm like over layered with protection, my ancestors, my prayers, my fasting, the way I even eat, it just didn't make sense that I felt this energy of an attack. Like, don't say that, don't share those thoughts, those words. I just recorded this recording twice because it was muted both times. So this message is for someone out there. You're very powerful, and in this couple, you guys will do a lot of things. So by the end of the day, the sun came out. So after pouring, and I mean pouring like sheets of rain, the sun broke through, cleared the skies, and once again warmed it up, and it was warm. Now, it rained a little later on that day, but I still feel like Oshun made her verdict that love will stand, that no matter how much you go through, no matter how hard or difficult these trials and tribulations may be, this is a union that's meant to stay and stand. All right. Okay. So, my cards that I laid out, we have mutual respect. So there is a need to continue to show the mutual respect. And if you are lacking in that respect, and you feel like that's something that you need in this relationship, go ahead and make sure you're communicating that to your partner, but also be patient, right? Don't be quiet patient, where you're just sitting and being patient, but also share your concerns and your desires to feel that mutual respect. But just know that that's definitely something that's the secret sauce to making this relationship a lot stronger, and making it what you want it to be. There's a request for you to exercise graceful forgiveness, and it's kind of what I said. There was this. You guys faced this storm, whether it was a loud storm or a quiet storm, and you made it through. And it is necessary for you to exercise that forgiveness and be graceful. That means don't be begrudgingly. Don't forgive someone, but keep bringing it up in every argument. Every other day, you're doing things to remind this person of what was wrong or what happened in the situation. So, vibrant connection. This is a very vibrant connection. And anything that was lacking from this connection, I'm being told by Holy Spirit right now, it is being refilled, renewed, and restored. Empathic understanding. And I'm going to go ahead and read this one. Foster empathy by putting yourself in your partner's shoes. Understand their perspective, validate their feelings, and respond with compassion. So I think that's one thing that we don't always do. When we're in a situation, we want to be heard. We want our feelings to be heard. We want our ideas to be heard, but we may not consider what our partner is actually going through. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147:3. So this is an end message that I wanted to end these with. And I wanted to get a few more of the cards to just tell us a little bit about what's going on. What else can you tell me? Let's see, Holy Spirit, what else can you tell me about this connection? What can you tell me about what's needed to be forgiven, and how we can move forward? Let's see, how do we move forward with this connection? Um, Anything else that we need to know? All right. Anything else that oh no, we're not taking that much. We'll just go back. Anything else that we need to know? Anything else that you would like to tell us? Holy Spirit, anything else? No, I'll let that one be. Here we go. And let's see what fell. All right. Ooh, okay. Let's keep that one. All right, so let's see. All right, okay. Well, this is a beautiful layout. So I asked what else we should know about this connection, and the first thing I got was the Three of Clubs. So the Three of Clubs is a good place to start. This is about finances. So there's maybe a desire to be more respectful. Perhaps someone doesn't make as much as the other one. Perhaps this couple, this king and queen of clubs, whether this is a feminine, masculine, take it how it applies. I am getting that this is a masculine and this is a feminine, although males and females can hold masculine and feminine energy. We are actually striving to be very balanced as people, or as balanced as we can be. But here is the thing: perhaps one person isn't making the same amount of money. The clubs are represented with money, and this is a union. This is usually a partnership or a union, people coming together to make money. Although when this card popped out, I asked about this mutual respect. So I feel like perhaps the respect wasn't mutual when it comes to the finances. Maybe someone is earning more than the other one. Then we have this Five of Clubs here. And for Five of Clubs, that is a card that is represented once again about represented by finances. It's not a bad card for finances. It's just not as good as, seven, getting a little higher. This connected with this one lets me know that there was a call to tighten, that old saying, tighten the purse strings, right? um, to kind of put some restrictions and boundaries on some spending. And perhaps it wasn't done as respectfully as the person would have liked. Perhaps you're not the person that was doing the main breadwinning, and the other person wants you to be a little more reserved with spending the money, and the way it was presented wasn't presented in a way maybe you would have presented it or liked for it to be presented. So it was a little bit of a ruffling of the feathers, kind of a hurtful way that this was expressed. So we're being called to show that mutual respect. So we're working on that. And this is another confirmation that some of these spats and some of these issues, some of these challenges you guys have been facing, some of this op type energy that you're going through has really been connected to finances, because a Four of Diamonds represents finances are not where you would want them to be, but perhaps we need to now be a little more or restrained, show some restraint on our spending habits here. And the same with this six, getting better here with this Six of Diamonds. But again, we have diamonds, which would be represented by finances. Six, it's one of those even numbers. It gets better when we get to 8 and 10, but when you're at six, it's still, you want to be reserved. If you're being called to definitely invest in yourselves, invest in your future, but just invest wisely, to be to start building up more savings, to look at saving more than spending is the best way to say that. We are definitely coming to an end with any issues you've had in relationships, or in this relationship. This Seven of Hearts is a beautiful card. It's pretty much a wish fulfillment. It's up there with the Nine of Hearts, but not all the way, because this also represents someone is a talent person. Someone is a musician, perhaps a drummer. I keep feeling singer. Um, Pianist, some kind of accompaniment type person, maybe a background singer, maybe a writer, producer, engineer. Someone is some kind of performer, and a performer that is in front of people, limelight type performing, you're going to become very successful. This card is basically, this is telling you to keep focused, to keep believing. You are definitely going to make a lot of money connected with your talent. Don't quit your day job just yet, but put energy and focus into it. Um, and this is a death card, somewhat a finality card, end of a cycle card. So you're reaching the end of this cycle of perhaps not believing in yourself, not believing in your partner. If this isn't you, but this is you, and you know this is your partner, whether there's some kind of, artist, I'm getting art for whatever reason. Maybe an architect came up before. Maybe they are an architect, and they're looking at perhaps getting their first building completed. Whomever this person is, they are going to make a lot of money. Their broke stage is over. This Joker card is my last card in this lineup, and it represents the Wheel of Fortune. Sky's the limit. It was, yeah, it's one of those cards that it is time. There's time for a shift. The Wheel of Fortune has been spun, and these desires that you have are ready to come forth, right? Let's see. Before I wrap up, I have been channeling this song, um, and it has just been coming. It's an older song my mom used to play, and it's been coming to me, and I have to share it because this is a song that basically sums up this message. Um, how does it go? I guess you wonder where I've been. I went to find love within. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. So, somebody out there cannot let go. And the song that has been coming to me for over a week, like 2 weeks straight, has just blanked. And that song came out. And I wanted to close out with them before we move on. I love your perfect peace of mind. So, someone out there believes that your mind is perfect, and I'm getting that you carry the peace in this relationship. Whomever I'm speaking to right now, you're the person that is the peacekeeper in this relationship, and you're teaching them. They're learning a lot from you, is what I'm getting. They're learning a lot about how to humble themselves and how to keep a very peaceful mindset even when they're upset. So they want you to trust them. There are some trust issues that popped up here. Um, so let's make sure that not only are you trusting yourself, but you're also trusting this relationship and trusting that you both came together for a reason. This beautiful card popped up, and I don't think I've even seen this one yet. Wish fulfillment. So, this relationship, this union, and what you guys are going to do together is definitely going to be both of your wish fulfillment. And I did mention trust, and here it is again, trust. You need to trust yourself. You need to trust your creator. You need to trust your ancestors, whatever your beliefs are. Make sure that you're trusting and how you are being guided, because you are being guided in the right direction. We were made for each other. So, your partner and you, I am picking up that you believe this too, that you are both made for each other. And I'm also getting this energy here from both the male, the divine feminine and divine masculine energy that I'm picking up on. I want to hold you. And I started with male. So there is a man's energy that's coming through. And he misses you a lot, and he wants to hold you. And you are being urged to keep your faith. Make sure you keep your faith. And this divine masculine, this person, whether you guys are together or you have not been together, and perhaps you haven't even met yet, whatever the case is, this person wants to marry you. So I hope this answers some questions for the collective out there. I hope this shines some light. And I am praying for you and for your partner. And I'm sending you lots of light and love. Thank you so much, Earth Angels, for tuning in. This is Native Earth Angel. And I am wishing you all the best. Lots of light, lots of love.